of Chama cha Mashinani, Honorable Isaac Ruto, Mheshimiwa Gachagua, the MP of Mathira constituency, Mheshimiwa Oscar Sudi from Kapseret, Mheshimiwa Didmas Baraza from Kimilili, Mheshimiwa Kimani Ichung'wah, Member of Parliament Kikuyu, Mheshimiwa Kate Waruguru, Member of Parliament Laikipia, the Chairman, the Secretary General of Safina Party, and all the dignitaries. Hamjambo. Pamoja with the beautiful delegates and the beautiful Kenyans in the house. Hamjambo. Now I take this opportunity to welcome you and tell you that the journey to change has begun. It is said that change is inevitable. And if you cannot change, change will change you. So I want to take this opportunity to recognize also the leaders, the delegates from all the regions. Maybe we will just wave. We have leaders from the coastal region and people from coastal region here, the delegates. Asante. We have upper and lower eastern. Wako kwa nyumba. Asante. We have northeastern Kenya. Wako kwa nyumba. Nawaona. We have Mount Kenya, the people of Mount Kenya. Asante, nawaona. We have the great people of Nairobi, Nairobi County. Asante, tunawaona. We have Western and Nyanza. Asante, asante, asante. Okay. Yangu yatakuwa machache. First, I will invite the leaders present. I'm sorry, I forgot to recognize the nominated Senator, Isaac Mwaura, is also in the house. Apigiwe makofi. And because of that, we will go quick because of time. I will invite, we will start with Isaac Mwaura to speak on behalf of the senators in the house. Karibu Mheshimiwa, just a quick word with the people.
Safina! Safina! UDA! UDA! Thank you very much. The party leader, the presidential candidate of Safina Party, the Honorable J.W. Mwanjigi, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, the party leader and mentor, Paul Kibugi Mwite, and all protocols observed. I am very delighted to stand before you here today because this is very momentous. This journey to come to your NDC started through a tweet that a Kenyan thought that Jimmy Wanjigi should have learned from Isaac Mwaura and others who are chased away from our former political party. And I followed the thread, and we ended up meeting with Jimmy at the NDC of UDA. We struck a chord, so much so that we left each other yesterday at 1:30 a.m. as he was preparing for this NDC. A very important note as well is for Safina Party leader Paul Kibugi Mwite, who served for 20 good years as a member of parliament for Kabete. A man who was born out of the 6 young Turks, and he fought his way to liberate Kenya in the second liberation of this country. Let's clap for him. I met him for the first time in 2007 at a meeting at Silver Springs where Wamagata, you are present, and His Excellency the Deputy President then was sent by ODM to represent the party or the movement as we were clamoring for minimal reforms before the general election that were coming. I stand here today as quite unlikely the first person with albinism to be both a member of parliament in the National Assembly and the Senate. This has come as a result of the struggle by Safina, a party that actually fought and ensured its then Secretary General, Richard Leakey, actually went into parliament on a wheelchair. And when he was made the head of public service, Paul Muite, as chairman, nominated Josephine Senior, the first blind woman to become a member of parliament. Safina is a very inclusive political party. It is out of fighting for the constitution that the position of those with disabilities and marginalized groups was entrenched, and that is how I got nominated in the National Assembly and now in the Senate. Safina has paid the price for the liberation of the most people who do not have the voice. But be that as it may, today is actually Itweka. Itweka! Itweka! I, Isaac Moora, a son of a single woman, decided to speak against the idea that only people from certain families can be president of the Republic of Kenya. You cannot have a Kenyatta, an Odinga, a Moi, and that like that. Even you can be president of the Republic of Kenya. It is possible. So Jimmy Wanjigi, your dreams are valid. As a result, just like Paul Muite and others did, we are the new left. I paid the price. I was in court for 10 good months. I had 7 court cases. I appeared in court over 30 times. I was dismissed, chased out of parliament like a dog on 7th of March. And they sent DCI to me and drones to my house. They had a gang of 10 people to finish me. And eventually, they put a travel ban against me. Just simply because of saying a son of a lowly person can rise to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. Those who did so, the handshake brothers, I forgive you. I forgive you. But the fusion of the monopoly of government and the fusion of the monopoly of opposition cannot deter Kenya from the liberation of economic emancipation. Today we stand here today and we are very glad because we have William Samoei Arap Ruto, a man who rose from obscurity as a chicken seller, a God-fearing man, to become the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. His candidature emboldens all of us seated here today that we too count in this republic. Jimmy Wanjigi, welcome to the Hustler Nation. Let's march together. We need your connectivity. We need your organization skills so that we can win 50 plus 1, if not 70%. You have a room. And I know that at some point you'll sit down with the deputy president and also agree to support him because he's the one on the lead. And I believe Safina will fall through just like Paul Muite said. Our difference, as I conclude, is that those who are fighting us believe that it is their privilege to rule over Kenya, that we are slaves, like we are rent seekers, and we must be remaining very grateful that they gave us an opportunity to serve. We want to tell them, no, the tree of freedom was fought with blood. We shall fight for our space because we too count. Finally, they want to change the constitution because they faced existential crisis. One of them was finishing 10-year term. He couldn't run again. The other one was getting too old. He's 77. Let him retire, just like Paul Muite has left Safina to Jimmy Wanjigi. They stand for the constitutional change. We stand for economic liberation. They are looking for power. We are looking for empowerment. They talk about trickle down. We are looking for bottom up so that we can empower people. Let's join together, Safina, UDA, and all like-minded, because the strength of the pack is a wolf, and the strength of the wolf is a pack. I thank you.
Makofi, makofi kwa mheshimiwa. Asante, asante. Next, I'll want to invite the Member of Parliament of Madira constituency, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. Karibu.
Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi on your nomination as presidential candidate for Safina. I say congratulations. It's a step in the right direction. You have been in private business. You are now welcome to the public world and make change from where the real action is. Pongezi sana. I want to say that we in the UDA and Safina, we have a point of convergence in that all of us are saying the priority for this country is economic liberation. And therefore, we form a strong team, and I'm sure along the way we'll get some convergence so that we look at numbers. Because at the end of it all, on the 9th of August this year, the numbers will make a decisive action in this country, and we begin the journey for economic liberation. And we want to say, Jimmy Wanjigi and Safina, we have a job to do with all of us in UDA to liberate this country from state capture. The economy of this country is down. All businesses are shutting down. Nobody is making profit. It's only businesses run by one family that are thriving. And this cannot be. We must free the people of Kenya from state capture. We are looking at a situation where the milk industry, through state capture, there was a deliberate scheme to monopolize that industry, where the owners of that industry from one family set the prices for milk from the farmers, and they also set the prices of how much to give the consumers. And as a result, you exploit both the farmer and the consumer. This must be brought to an end. And this country is steering at family capture. The project that is being pushed around is a deliberate scheme of family capture, where 3 families have sat down and decided that they want to rule Kenya for the next 200 years. And we have the Kenyattas, the Jaramogis, and the Mois. And these 3 families have been sitting down and saying, despite the fact that the presidency of Mwai Kibaki was the most celebrated in terms of economic empowerment, in terms of empowering the Kenyan people, those 3 families are saying that the Kibaki presidency was indeed a mistake. What should have happened is that the 3 families should continue exchanging. We had the Kenyatta, we had the Moi. They say the Kibaki was a mistake. Now we have the Kenyatta. They want us to go to the Odinga. Then we go back to the Moi. Then we go back to Kenyatta. Is it possible? It's not possible. So the people of Kenya must stand up to the planned family capture and come up with the leadership that will put the interest of the people of Kenya first. And the 3 families are not interested about the people of Kenya. It's about protecting their family and business interests. And the people of Kenya must stand up to that. So the people of Safina, as you fagia water, you need to get the rubbish you fagia. We put it in a wheelbarrow and take it to the sea. Asanteni.
Asante, asante mheshimiwa. Makofi kwa mheshimiwa tena. Raundi hii naona tukijipanga vizuri, si kweli? Haya, now let me invite Mama Machachari, mheshimiwa wa Laikipia, mheshimiwa Kate Waruguru.
Your Excellency, my good friend Jimmy Wanjigi, Mheshimiwa Paul Moiti, Senior Counsel, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency William Samoei Ruto, delegates, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Allow me too to take it up from the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua to congratulate the Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi on your appointment today. We are gathered at this dome today because we believe in your ideologies. Safina Party, you have been very vocal from the very day you've started in the ODM party, fighting for the third liberation of the Republic of Kenya. Allow me to join you today, standing here and speaking on behalf of millions of young men around the Republic of Kenya, to tell you, you both and the Deputy President, that we Kenyan youth, we are damn tired ya kubebwa ufara katika serikali ambayo tuko nayo. Allow me to join you in this conversation. Our forefathers fought off Mzungu. They fought for our land. They fought for education. They fought for healthcare. And we had the likes of the Honorable Paul Moiti fighting for multi-partyism, fighting for 2010 Constitution. And the biggest question I ask myself today, I, Ketu Aruguru, and many young men below the age of 40, what are we going to stand for in the liberation, the next liberation, in the current crisis as far as economic revolution is concerned? Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to invite you into this conversation. This is non-partisan. This involves every young man, regardless of the political party that you are affiliated to. We are in a Fuliza nation. We are in a country where majority of our young men do not have jobs, both formally and informally. And we are saying that it is our time. We are the majority. We and our women and our mothers, we are saying there is no change for us without us. We must be on the table. And the conversation as it goes, we are saying, we women, we young men, what do you have for us this afternoon? The Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi and the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya in the UDA party. I'm inviting all of us to walk into this journey with our heads high. We fight for our space. Majority of our young mothers who do not have jobs, who do not have vibarua, mama fua, boda boda, mama boga, hata wale wanarandaranda kule kwa mitaa. Tunasema serikali ni yetu sasa. Na wakati wa kusema hatubebewi akili ni sasa. Wakati wa kusema tumepewa mwelekeo ya kutosha. Tulikuwa kule Sagana 3, tukasikia tumeambiwa safari ndio hii, barabara ndio ile. Mimi nitamaliza kwa kusema hivi. The Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi, you are very right. From the time Mzungu left this land, we have had the Odingas, we have had the Kenyatas, and we have had the Mois. When are we going to get a chance to get one of us as the President of the Republic of Kenya? When we talk in this conversation, we do not mean that we want people to be poor so that we can celebrate you. We are saying, come as you are. If you have a heart to help, you have a heart to serve, you have a heart for change. And that is why we are saying, if it is time for liberation, then we must join in. Bring like-minded people together. The same way today we have Jimmy Wanjigi, we have William Samoei Ruto, and we have other great Kenyans gathered here. And we are saying, it is Itweka, Itweka, Itweka moment. Thank you very much.
Asante Mheshimiwa. And because of time, I'll invite back our presidential candidate, His Excellency Jimmy Richard Wanjigi, so that he can invite the other dignitaries. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Makofi kwa Isaac, makofi, makofi, makofi. Asante sana. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency Jimmy Wanjigi, my good friend, Also the party leader, Bwana Paul Muite, a veteran fighter for the rights of Kenyans. Pamoja na wana Safina, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. You know, in mashinani we say, tunataka pesa itiririke mashinani. We share the same socio-economic policies na mrengo wa Kenya Kwanza together with Safina. We believe that this country requires a shift, that we can no longer continue to have a few and the rest living in squalor. We cannot continue to allow the older generation to live on the future of the younger generation. It's quite unfortunate that we continue to borrow and squander on your future earnings. We have continued as a country also to continue to discriminate the young generation, to continue to discriminate other Kenyans, and plan our country only for the rich. We only talk about the big industry. We only talk about the employed group. No one talks about the 70% or so of Kenyans who are living outside the formal economy. We join you, Bwana Wanjiki, and other like-minded Kenyans in moving this country towards a better way of managing resources. As Mashinani, we believe we need to devolve more and more, because all Kenyans, wherever they live, must continue to share in the national cake. I want to thank my brother Paul Muite for supporting us as Council of Governors in the first 5 difficult years of devolution. Bwana Muite stood with us, and the judiciary also delivered on major rulings to ensure that devolution was anchored both in law and in practice. I thank you very much, Bwana Muite, and your brothers, fellow lawyers who assisted us. It's a little bit awkward speaking after the Deputy President has spoken, because I know why I should shorten the speech. I'm aware of his itinerary, and I'm not going to speak long. I only want to associate Chama cha Mashinani with the fight for a better Kenya and for inclusivity in the Kenyan economy, and in ensuring that multi-party democracy flourish in our country. And I want to pay homage also to the clerics of the 90s who fought for multi-party democracy, and in particular, Reverend Timothy Njoya. Because of their struggle, we are now living in a free country where various presidential contenders can meet together and share their vision and move together to compete without creating any friction. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Asante, Mheshimiwa. Now quickly, because of the essence of time, I want to welcome the Member of Parliament of Kimilili constituency, Honorable Didmas Baraza. Karibu.
Thank you very much, my good friend. All protocols observed. I also want to take this opportunity to welcome Jimmy Wanjigi to this exclusive club of presidential candidates. And I want to assure him that we in UDA, we value friendship, and we believe that if we work together, we will be able to fight the enemies of this country, being unemployment, bad governance, especially where individuals walks to KEMSA and picks billions of shillings, the money that was supposed to assist this country fight COVID-19. I'm particularly more happy because in UDA, the party that's led by the Deputy President, today when you meet very many young people on the streets, they will tell you that even if you find yourself in a situation where you have to sweep toilets to earn a living, that even if you find yourself that you have to wash cars to earn a living, that should not kill your dream of being President of the Republic of Kenya, because we believe that this year is the year where the lead is going to be lifted, that we can only come from a particular family to be President of the Republic of Kenya. And by so doing, we will work together with all people, all persons who are alive to the fact that the economy of this country needs to be changed, so that we begin from bottom up, uchumi bora, pesa mufukoni, and an equitable environment of doing business for all Kenyans, not an exclusive club for certain families, so that we can bring the cost of living down and we move forward. As I finish, I want to ask Safina that please, mukifagia wote, musifagie sisi, fagia wale wakora waliingia huko KEMSA, wakachukua pesa ya COVID-19. Nimeambiwa juzi na Auditor General, ati baada hata ya kuchukua hiyo pesa hawakutosheka. Ati wamerudi, imagine ati mpaka kondom pia wameiba, sijui hiyo kondom wamepeleka wapi. Na nilikuwa najiuliza kwa nini huyu Paul Mwite wakati alikuwa Ford Kenya, with all his brains, it was difficult for Honorable Paul Mwite to work with the Oginga Odinga, the father of Raila Amolo Odinga. Honorable Paul Mwite, hata kama ulijaribu ukawachia hapo ukaunda Safina yako, sisi bado tunapambana kupeleka kijana ya yule mzee to permanent retirement. Tarehe 9 aenda kae huko, tutamsaidia kama ni neti ya kufua samaki, sababu kazi ni kazi, aenda afue samaki. Mungu awabariki sana.
Asante, twende haraka. Okay, next, I want to invite the Honorable Member of Parliament of Kikuyu Constituency, Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah. Karibu.
Thank you, Steve. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, the party leader Safina, who is my predecessor as my Member of Parliament, the Honorable Paul Mwite, and the Safina presidential candidates, my friend and brother Jimmy Wanjigi, Safina delegates, hamjambo. Asanteni sana. I feel honored to stand before this gathering today and address you briefly, because this is a party, I think, whose roots, as Paul Mwite would agree with me and Wamagata, I think this party, the roots is Kikuyu constituency, where Paul Mwite came from as Member of Parliament. But it has grown to be a party that has proved itself over time. From the time Safina was registered, it has served this country even without members of parliament in parliament or MCAs and councillors. It has continued to exist as a political party and strengthened our democracy. And we cannot fail to mention the great work and the huge contribution to the growth of our democracy that the Honorable Paul Mwite has played in this country. And I must congratulate my brother, Honorable Paul Mwite, because he is a man who appreciates what he is worth and knows how to hand down power and instruments of power within the party and even in the country, because for the time I have served as Member of Parliament for Kikuyu, I have only but benefited from the wisdom of the Honorable Paul Mwite. I came to know Jimmy Wanjigi when I was elected Member of Parliament around 2014, and we have grown and become good friends since then. If you read the Public Investments Committee report on the SGR report, it had a lot of inputs on information that was given to us by Jimmy Wanjigi. And it is indeed Jimmy Wanjigi who, over a cup of tea, advised me that we should advise the president not to take that railway beyond Nairobi to what is now called the railway to nowhere, into a private farm in Naivasha. But we were never listened to. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate you, Jimmy, and ask you to continue walking and working with us to liberate this country from the economic terrorists that you have just said, who are governing this country and who imagine they not only own this country, but they own all of us. It is indeed true that they have come to believe that right after independence and their fathers took over our land, the land our forefathers and our fathers fought for, being the primary factor of production land, and the other four factors of production, one of them being labor, I believe these three families, the Kenyatta family, the Moi family, the Odinga family, when they look at the rest of us, they see laborers, they see slaves that should be slaving for them, and we should thank them that we had the privilege to serve them. It is time now to tell them that we are not slaves of three families in this country. We belong to this country. We shall reclaim our country, and we shall end the economic servitude that you have subjected us to. And that is why I join the Safina fraternity in congratulating my brother Jimmy and asking you as Safina, when I look at this Safina, this ark, ukiona ikicheza pale, ikiwekwa mguu mbele, iwekwe mbili nyuma na handles inakaa kama wheelbarrow. Na naona tukishikanisha hii wheelbarrow na Safina, tutaweza kukomboa nchi yetu from these people who believe that they own our country and they own us. We must prove to them that if Moi could become president, if Kenyatta could become president, even Jimmy Wanjigi can become president, just like William Ruto can become president. And even you seated here, irrespective of where you are born, you can become a president and a leader in this country. And that is a country that we ought to all build. And I want to encourage you, let us work together. Even as we go into the elections, let us partner in the economic liberation of our country. Because as the Deputy President has said, this is not a constitutional moment. This is an economic moment. It is an economic time for us to liberate our economy and our country from the servitude of those that believed they owned this country. Na nataka niseme kwa kumalizia, haiwezekani ati wale wametuweka kwa shida walizotuweka ndio watakuwa solution ya hizo shida wametuweka. Ile shida, and Jimmy engaged me when I was chair budget and appropriations in the National Assembly. And I must confirm here today, Jimmy, that part of the wisdom you shared with me on economic management, I shared it with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and I warned him that in a short 2 to 3 years, this country's economy will go to the doldrums if we do not act right. But again, because of state capture, because of conflict of interest, there was nobody to listen to us. We have time now to listen to each other. Between Safina, UDA, and all the other political parties in Kenya Kwanza, we can liberate this country and hand it back to its true owners, the people of Kenya. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Asante Mheshimiwa, asante. Poleni, I know you really wanted Honorable Sudi to speak, lakini ameniambia kona homa na sauti imepotea. Lakini naomba asimame awasalimie. Just
Wana Safina oye. Unajua mimi mdosi akiwa hapa mimi siongeange. Rafiki yangu Jimmy Wanjigi, kiongozi wetu wa inji, naibu wa rais, viongozi wenzangu walio hapa, wana Nairobi na wana Kenya, mjambo. Yangu yatakuwa tu maneno mawili peke yake. Ya kwanza, nataka niambie rafiki yangu Jimmy pongezi sana, kwa sababu unajua Jimmy amekuwa mtu wa mkono kwa muda mrefu wa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta na William Ruto. Lakini sasa ameinuka, ameenda kwa kiwango tofauti. Na mimi nataka nikuambie my friend, nimesikia ile maneno umesema hapa. Nataka nyinyi wote wenye mnawania rais, wenye mnasema mnataka pesa mfukoni kwa wananchi wa Kenya, mpunguze Kiingereza yenu sasa. Mkutanishe hiyo akili yenu yote ingie mfuko yao watu. Kwa sababu mimi nataka nikuambie Jimmy Wanjigi, wakati huwa tunapanga mambo mengi, uko na akili ya kutosha. Hao wananchi wako hapa, hata wenye wameketi hapa peke yake, kuna wengi wao hawajui watoto wao wataenda shule vipi. Kuna wengi wao hata hawajui chakula ya leo wakipata ya kesho watapata wapi. Hii ndio mimi nataka niwaambie. Kitu ya kwanza, tunataka mtoto wa Mkenya, wa Oscar Sudi, wa Jimmy Wanjigi, wao wamekaa hapa na Wakenya wale wengine waende shule kwanza yenye inafanana. Ya pili, tunataka inji yenye kila mtu anaenda hospitali atibiwe arudi nyumbani. Tunataka inji ukifika nyumbani unauliza tukule nini leo, sio ukitoka asubuhi ujui watoto wanakula nini. Na hiyo ndio nasema mpunguze hii Kiingereza yenu sasa yote, muhakikishe wananchi wamepata pesa mfukoni. Mwenyezi